welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon, the Auburn Tigers against the Bulldogs of Georgia. Redcoat band on the field prior to the kickoff. Every ticket has been sold, but not every seat has been filled. But the crowd is going to be announced at north of 92,000. And yes, the Auburn band has made the 3-hour trip up from Auburn, Alabama. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. We welcome you to Sanford Stadium. Let's talk first of all about Auburn. A 1-2 start. They really stumbled out of the gate. Gary, they've now won 6 in a row, and it's been fueled by their running game. They will be absent the SEC's leading rusher. Cameron Petway, heading for a touchdown last week against Vanderbilt. Pulled up. He is here with the team, but he is in cities. How do they account for his loss?
Well, I think the first thing Auburn has to do is depend on their defense. It's an elite defense, especially in that defensive line. Yes, they run the ball well, but the thing that stood out for Auburn all year has been their defense. It's been counted on now. Without Petway, it'll be Kerryon Johnson at running back. He was the starter and the featured back to begin this season until he got nicked, and then Petway kind of emerged. But I really think it's been the emergence of Sean White, the quarterback. Now, I was dead wrong on this Auburn offense. I thought they needed a runner at quarterback to really make this offense go. But Sean White has made it with efficiency and accuracy in throwing the football. He's made a difference in the offense, and as he goes, this Auburn offense has got better and better, and they've been almost unstoppable.
7-2 coming in. That's a contrast to Georgia. Kirby Smart in his first year, they got a 3-0 start, but they have stumbled badly. What do they got to play for?
A lot. They got this big game here, and their hope, I think, is Auburn is looking to Alabama, and they can take this game. Now, they're not going to save their season, but the taste might be a little bit better if they can knock off Auburn in this football game. Georgia has a young team, an emerging team, but a team that has a lot of mismatched parts. But they do one thing well. They stop the run well. And against Auburn, that gives them hope.
And you see the emergence of the Auburn Tigers. Dressed in white today, 7-2, winners of 6 in a row. And right behind them, dressed in their traditional home red, the Bulldogs of Georgia with a 5-4 record. They did win last week on a last-second field goal. Let's go down to the third member of our crew. Here's Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, as you know, Georgia won the first 3 games of the season, but they've lost 4 out of the last 6, and Coach Smart told us they've really struggled to find a theme or any consistency. So the coaching staff got together after the Florida loss. They decided to simplify everything for this team on both sides of the ball. That resulted in a win against Kentucky, which Maurice Smith told me did wonders for the confidence of this football team. He said they're really excited now for the challenge of Auburn. Auburn, on the other hand, has rattled off 6 straight wins, and the players made it very clear to me they are not looking past Georgia. Montravius Adams specifically, being from Georgia and coming back, said he had to really drown out the noise more than ever this week. And you know, as they say in a rivalry game, anything can happen, but a win for Georgia against Auburn, that could really make their season.
120 meetings between these two teams. Georgia has a lead of 1 game. And here's an ironic fact. Auburn leads games in Athens. Georgia has a lead in games played in Auburn. Auburn won the toss. They've deferred. And that means Georgia will get the ball to open the game. Daniel Carlson will kick off. Mercole Hardman, a defensive back, is the deep man along with Brendan Douglas. Taken by Douglas, and take a knee as well. So touchback. interceptions in each of the last 2 games.
Oh, man.
Davis. He had his eyes upfield.
He sure did. Deshaun Davis had a 6-point play right there. Anticipated it, did a good job. He starts out in the middle, looking at him, reading his eyes, and almost bounced right to him.
That was Jonathan Ford, who was also making contact with the football now.
And he almost made contact with the receiver. Everything happened all at the same time right there.
3rd down 8.
Remember, it was 2nd and 2.
Eason goes deep again. Oh, it's caught! Riley Ridley. You remember him, don't you? There's a flag again, and where's the flag?
It was on the catch to the side. Looks like the defensive back was holding on the play. The second great throw from Jacob Eason. Watch to the outside. There's Davis right there. He's holding his arm, so he ends up making a one-handed catch. Davis didn't think he could catch it. He goes, I'm holding on to one of the arm.
Pass interference, defense, number 31. Offside, defense, number 4. Both penalties are declined. 1st down.
And it's a 1st down after a 59-yard gain.
And this one, again, a perfect throw on the play. He had one early, but watch this one. Offsides lined up in the neutral zone is what one was called, and then can't do it any better than that. Matthew Stafford would be impressed with that one.
59 yards, 1st down at the 15. Play action. Eason fires it. Incomplete. Caught by Blazevich. Tried to drag that foot.
Yeah, I think by the time he had it, he was out of bounds.
Yep.
He bobbled it once and he was out.
Yep. And the Verizon Red Zone, this is a statistical representation of the Georgia offense.
Here goes the Wildcat.
Terry Godwin.
He can throw. Not this time.
Well, he locked it. Oh,
man.
dear.
Not this time.
Wow, Trey Matthews.
Well, we got a flag down on the play, though. As Kirby said, we told you all week, if it's not there, throw it away. And I think Terry Godwin said I was trying to, just didn't do it very well.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchback. 1st down.
Well, when you're struggling on offense, you try to steal a play. And this time, Chigbu was the one, I think it was going to be this guy right here that was going to go down the field. He stalled. I don't know who was downfield on the play, to tell you the truth. Watching that, I did not see anyone downfield. I think the officials got confused on the play, but it didn't matter. It was picked off, and that is one of those plays where you call a trick play and you say, please, don't let it hurt us, and it did.
Well, the man in the end zone who made the interception, Trey Matthews, he's got a little history in this rivalry. Here's the interception off Godwin. Trey Matthews began his career at Georgia and was a part of one of the more memorable plays in these 120 years. Remember this? 4th and 18, Nick Marshall goes deep. And it's deflected by Trey Matthews for Georgia into the hands of Ricardo Lewis. Auburn wins. Gary remarkably said, it's the greatest college football finish I've ever seen. We'll never see anything like it.
I was right for a couple weeks.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. Then we had the kick 6. Trey Matthews transferred, sat out, and now makes the first interception of the game. Carry on. Johnson.
Handling, calling the right play, and obviously being accurate when he does throw the football.
Play action. Ryan Davis, number 83.
And here's where Auburn will try to go fast. When they have third and short, they will try to go fast. And they are.
Truett.
Oh, the ball's out. Yes, it was at the end of the play, and I didn't hear a whistle. They're calling it back to Auburn.
Down pass of the year last week. Kerryon Johnson at the 21.
Johnson again, the ball.
Again, remember, only one team all year. Now, we're looking at talking about the power of the Auburn running game. That's their trademark. But only one team all year has outrushed the Georgia team, and that was Florida. They rushed for 100 yards in 48 attempts. So this Georgia defense has done a really good job of controlling the other team's running game.
First down, Wildcat. Chandler Cox, number 27, took the direct snap.
So trying to pry out the strategy from defenses against this Auburn attack is tough, isn't it, Vern?
Yes.
I mean, we need WikiLeaks, basically, to try to figure out how to stop them on this. But it does appear the strategy is keep it simple, and up front you have to control your man with two hands and not get blown off the line of scrimmage up front. Let the linebackers make the plays.
Third down, 3.
Just like that.
Kerryon Johnson again. Defensively. Play action. White. Down the middle she goes. Incomplete at the 30-yard line. Intended for Marcus Davis. And Mauger. That's interesting. Quincy is a senior. And for years he's been known as Quincy Mauger. He asked this year that you pronounce it the French way. Mauger.
All right, you'll be in charge of that.
Thank
but I'll
you.
be in charge of this. That was a really accurate throw by Sean White, but it was great coverage, and that's what you're forcing. Sean White forces the defense. He's so accurate, you have to be there. If they're wide open, he does not miss them.
Sweep. Eli Stone, number 12.
Motion starting.
There's the cornerback, Baker. That's a game of 12. Move the chain. Gus Malzahn, 4th year as the head coach at Auburn. Or they run the ball, don't they? Kerryon Johnson.
Watch how tricky and disciplined you have to be. A late shift by Sean White, and then the motion starts right away. If you're on defense, being able to recognize all this is tough. And now watch Georgia. If Auburn substitutes, Georgia substitutes. The Wildcats comes in, it doesn't matter. Anytime Auburn substitutes, Georgia will substitute to try to slow them down.
And this time the Wildcat position filled by Kerryon Johnson. He tosses it to Truett. That may be the cheapest forward pass.
Love it. Love it. You will be playing if that was a good block that time by Chandler Cox, numbers 27 on the edge. He is really valuable, like in that Jay Plosh position for Auburn.
Here's Kerryon Johnson. Shoved out of bounds, but another substantial game.
You know, when you watch this Auburn offense, you can't help but think of like watching the triple option offenses that we see in Navy, Army, Air Force. They run their play so fast because they only have a handful. Yep, and everybody for Auburn touches the ball. You don't know who's going to get it.
Here's the sweep. Eli Stove inside the 5 and down at the 3.
This is the 13th play of this drive, and it's technically 4 passes, but there's 2 of them right there. One like that, and we saw one like that earlier. So you can see when this offense is rolling, they come at you from every direction.
Up the middle, spin. Well, his knee didn't go down until he got that last second surge.
And the surprising thing again is, you know, we're so used to this offense working with a Cam Newton or a Nick Marshall, but Sean White's not keeping it. You know, I mean, it's not like he's a threat. He carries the ball occasionally. I know he's had 48 attempts, but a lot of those have been sacks. They count him back in the Wildcat.
Stove Kerryon Johnson surges over right guard. Ball loose.
And I think they called touchdown first.
They did.
Johnson carries for the Auburn touchdown.
Kerryon Johnson's 12th carry already.
Get some push. Can't tell from that look if he crossed the line or not. I did notice that Golson, number 73, yes, his ball, the football went across and then it was kicked out. Good job by Kerryon Johnson to reach out and touch the line and break the plane.
Toss. Chubb. Out to the 31.
What Nick Chubb does so well is turning a 3 or 4 yard run into a 6 yard run. And that all helps this offense because they do not want to get against this elite pass rushing team into that pass protection scheme. Gets hit, keeps his balance, and dives forward for an extra 2 yards.
And he'll get a rest now as Sonny Michel comes in.
They all might get a rest. I might be the fastest first quarter since we did LSU, Alabama. Oh, that was last week.
7-0. Auburn with a 15-play drive. Here's one of the keys, the interception thrown by Terry Godwin. And then Kerryon Johnson leans out. Kaboom. 7-zip. And a 2nd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Jacob Eason. Godwin starts in motion to the right side. 4-man Auburn rush. Eason across the middle. Caught by Isaac Nata, 5-star.
I think they knocked it out of him, though.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did, right at the end.
See, I turned too quick.
Yes. Well, you want to be on TV, don't you?
I'm anxious for the on-camera. What do you think?
Boy, if I'm Jim Chaney calling plays for Georgia, I've just noticed what Auburn did to my defense, and I'm thinking, how do I manufacture some plays? I've hit a deep pass. I've tried to call a halfback pass. I think I need to help my offense. Will it work? Not sure. I know one thing. He does not want to get into a situation where he has to throw on long yard like this. 3rd and short, he's okay.
Yep. Sonny Michel with the first down. Pass and catch and a run.
Yeah, as long as he can get the ball in and out of his hands, and this time get Michel one-on-one on the linebackers or safeties, I think he feels good about it. It's those long yardage ones. I just think he says, how do I stay out of 3rd and long? He's calling this whole game thinking about that.
Jim Chaney walked into our meeting yesterday and he said, if we run the ball, we'll win. If we don't, we can't. Goodbye, I'll see you tomorrow.
And that was part of the act, and then he told us some other stuff.
Yes, that's right. Michel breaks a tackle and surges down to the 45 or just inside it. That's a 14-yard.
I do like when they do run it, they attack it quickly. Good block by the outside by Catalina on the outside edge. Isaiah Wynn, number 77, did a really good job, but they are attacking quickly when they run the ball up the middle. Really a good running attack so far early in this game for Georgia.
At a first down, Nick Chubb back alongside, well, behind Jacob Eason. Oh boy, not this time. Montravius Adams, who's a stellar defensive tackle.
Yeah, it was blown up quickly on the outside. It was going to be a trap power block, but watch it get shut down right away. Bang! From the outside by Marlon Davidson, then just eaten up by Montravius Adams. Great defense. Marlon Davidson, a true freshman, took on that block and allowed Adams to make the tackle for the loss.
Loss of 4, 2nd 14. Oops.
That's scary for Nick Chubb right
Yes,
there.
it
He got
is.
grabbed by that leg right as he went. I think it was Davis that ended up just grabbing on Chubb as he went by, and good to see him get up.
Well, a lot of speculation about whether Chubb will return. He told us yesterday he has not made a decision about declaring for the NFL. There was a almost an air of resignation in his
He
demeanor
did not seem
yesterday.
as bright and happy as we've seen him before.
No. Eason. A lot of time. Stride for stride. Goes deep.
That's going
There's
to
a
be
flag.
interference. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
come on.
That's a catchable ball.
Riley Ridley, and there were two officials looking at it. Javaris Davis.
Well, Javaris Davis knew he was beat. He said, I'll take a 15-yard penalty. He grabs him right there. My goodness.
Gosh.
That's
What
a
in
tough
the
one.
world?
I think the official thought that that they caught their feet together, and that's why he fell down. But he was grabbing him. Watch, their feet collide, but he doesn't see him grab him with his left hand. That's a tough call for Georgia.
Cool. Bryce Ramsey on to punt. High. And a fair catch. Called for and taken.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Sometimes you can't catch a break. Brett Lashley goes a long way back with Gus Malzahn. He was a quarterback for Gus when Gus was a high school coach in Arkansas.
Look at how Georgia is slowing down Auburn by subbing. Anytime Auburn subs, Georgia does as well.
Play action to it. White. Got him. Third down coming up.
Great coverage that time. Sean White was trying to get a play-action pass. A lot of motion, a lot of ball handling, nothing there. And he had to run out of the pocket and take the sack. But you know why? Nothing downfield. Everybody's blanketed. Might have late been able to get one to the outside, but by that time, Sean White was running for his life.
2:40 to go. Jonathan Ledbetter with the sack. It's 3rd and 13.
See how Georgia always substitutes. Anytime Auburn does, so does Georgia.
Hand it off. No. 4th down. Georgia has used one of its timeouts earlier in the game.
One of those young defensive linemen, David Marshall, also helped Trenton Thompson. Number 51 helped 78. Watch 51.
Whoa.
Slow him down. And then Trenton Thompson makes the tackle. Good team defensive line work that time.
It's going to bring on Kevin Phillips. Isaiah McKenzie in his career has 4 punt returns for touchdowns. And again,
Perfect punt.
Is it ever?
He's not a deep punter. He's very accurate. Puts it in that 30 to 40-yard range. And it's really hard to get a return.
See what Auburn has in mind defensively. They stunt. Eason is sacked. That's what
Got to
they
get rid of the ball. At this point, Jacob Eason has to understand, especially on first down, if it's not there right away, get rid of it. You know you're getting overwhelmed up front.
Lawson and Montravius Adams.
Yeah,
There's Adams, number 1.
Yeah, Montravius Adams is the monster in this game. No one is coming close to handling his pass rush. Might be doing a decent job in the running game against them, but Gilliard, number 53, has his hands full in the passing game.
Eason. Deep right side, overthrows Ridley. Up the middle, 3rd down. That's going to leave it 4th. And a punting situation.
Man, surprised Auburn doesn't take a timeout here and force Georgia into making a decision.
So the ball at the 9 with 17 seconds remaining. Interesting decision by Gus Malzahn.
Well, considering what's happened to Georgia here in this half, an interception in the end zone, 3 sacks. I think they go in at halftime saying, "Hey, 7-0 ball game against Auburn. We got to be happy with that." Auburn has shown they could run their offense when they get it going, but Kirby's defense has done well. Good football game.
The 1 touchdown, 15-play, 80-yard drive. Kerryon Johnson scored it. End of the first half with our score 7-0 Auburn. Let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio.
Really except for that one drive, has not been a factor. Georgia has done a great job against the tempo offense of Auburn.
Kerryon Johnson has run it now. Oh, play fake and dropped behind the line. That was Chandler Cox.
Well, I think the question that Allie asked Gus of, listen, you got to help your team out with a little bit of the passing game. They decided to come right out with it and try to loosen up the Georgia defense. We showed you that passing chart by Sean White. When he's effective, he's accurate. He was accurate there. They dropped it.
White has to throw it left. And he misfires trying to connect with Kerryon Johnson. Reggie Carter had the pressure on the play, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and again, nowhere to throw the ball. Plenty of time to throw this one. Where do you throw it? Nothing there. He had to dump it off, as Vern said. Reggie Carter made the play.
Late ad offensively. 3rd down 10. First series, 3rd quarter.
Well, Georgia continued to blitz. Remember, before they did. This time, no.
White. Intercepted. Picked off by Maurice Smith. Convoy. Touchdown, Georgia.
Smith has been having a great season for Georgia. The transfer from Alabama gets a knot, and it doesn't count for Alabama.
That's right. Non-offensive touchdown.
Pick 6 to start it the whole second half. How about that?
Here is Rodrigo Blankenship, a walk-on field goal kicker.
I'll show you what Sean White saw. He did not stay with his read. He guessed. He got one look, and then he stopped. Watch Smith go out and then come back in. He thinks he's going to go out. He stops, and he gets right in front of the defender. A misread by Sean White. It costs him big time, and Auburn big time.
How about that for the start to the 3rd quarter? We are tied 7-7. Four down for Georgia. Blitz coming from the outside linebacker. Roquan Smith was there, and Davin Bellamy.
Yes, and again, the middle of that defensive line for Georgia is just getting a standoff. They're putting their hands on the offensive lineman for Auburn and just holding right there. They're not trying to make tackles. They're letting everybody else come and make tackles. It takes great discipline not to try to be the star, but that's their job in this game. Get a stalemate.
And 2. White backs up, fires it behind.
That could have been picked off right there.
Indeed. DeAndre Baker.
Well, Sean White, as I said before, has been not able to practice full go, and it may be catching up with him because he is not having the efficient game throwing the ball that he had when his hot streak was going on. That was a good 4 or 5 yards behind the receiver and should have been intercepted.
Around the corner, Chubb. Thrown out of bounds.
Nice patience. Great vision by Nick Chubb this time. Get a stalemate up front, bounces outside, and then turns the corner. And again, as Allie told you, he's not really 100%. I always think these knees are a 2-year injury. And considering how severe his was, it's amazing to watch him play football. But let's hope he gets back all 100% because he was one of the elite football players in all of college football. And look at that. No brace, no nothing.
Yeah. Pretty healthy scar, you can see. Chubb now 70 yards on 14 carries. Eason pops it. Isaac Nauta, the tight end. 7-7 game, 3:03 to go, third quarter. Warner, backup tight end, was in motion man. Eason got him. First down. Isaac Nauta, the freshman tight end, 6'4", 248 with another huge catch, 17 yards.
Well, if you're playing man-to-man, you run the pick plays. Slot picks for Nauta, forces the defense to come underneath it. Easy first down. Design play, everybody has it. You just got to have the guts to throw it to those tight ends. They are so valuable.
Eason got it. Riley Ridley.
Well, Eason felt the pressure and he threw it falling away, but he has such of arm strength that he gunned it in there, and then Ridley fell forward for the first down, picking up that first down. Remember, it was, what, 2nd and 15, and they picked it up?
Yes, it was.
10th play of this drive.
Oh, dear. Chubb goes back.
Still alive.
They're still scrambling for it.
Chubb missed it, and then I think Eason got it. So Kirby Smart will get out of the third quarter, but not the way he wanted to get out of the third quarter, because that was a bad snap and almost a disaster.
Brandon Capuano is the center.
That ball never made it 6 inches off the ground, did it?
No. That is the end of 3. Sanford Stadium in Athens. 7-7. We'll return to Athens right after this message and a word from your local station. Looks like Christmas all of a sudden. We begin the 4th, Sanford Stadium in Athens. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, a game tied at 7. And after that 14-yard loss on the bad snap, 2nd down and 24. Into the flat. Michelle reverses field. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, we saw the stats, Gary, as we went to break. I think the most surprising thing is the productivity of the Georgia defense in the third quarter.
4 series for Auburn, 4 3-play series. I think they missed Cameron Petway big time. Cameron Petway has carried the ball for Auburn 100 times on first down for 600 yards. They do not have that first down back, and they miss his power in this football game. 20 carries for Kerryon Johnson. They don't have anybody else.
Michelle limped off. Here's Eason into the flat. And that's going to set up.
And it'll be about 45, 46-yard field goal.
Yep. And the kicker is Rodrigo Blankenship. There's Sonny Michel, who limped off. Now, Blankenship missed his first field goal. He replaced a young man named William Ham. He's now hit 9 in a row. Take a look. He's got the specs on. This from 45 to give Georgia the lead. Jacob Eason is the holder. Rodrigo Blankenship. Could be. Got it!
Got a new folk hero here, don't we? And this was dead straight. Beautiful shot.
Rodrigo Blankenship has now hit 10 in a row. Defensive switch, blitz coming up the middle. Sean White off his back heel. I think we're going to have holding.
And he's very lucky he didn't throw that another yard and a half, or it would have been an interception as well. Another blitz up the middle.
Holding.
Another
Offense
pressure
number
up the
63.
middle.
That penalty is declined. 4th down.
That time it was Aaron Davis, the safety, coming right up the guard center gap, and Sean White just got rid of it.
And that's 5 series now of 3 plays.
I would not be surprised if Gus Malzahn is contemplating putting in John Franklin. He may need another runner. He's down to 1 runner as an attack, and it's not working.
Kevin Phillips to punt. McKenzie, who broke this game and won it for Georgia last year with a punt return for a touchdown. Nice and high. McKenzie tries to get outside. Now cuts it upfield. What a marvelous return for Isaiah McKenzie.
He was waiting for his chance, wasn't he? This ball was just deep enough for him to take the opportunity.
Longest punt return by an Auburn opponent this year. That one for 20. Well, there was a ceremony at the first time out back in the first half to welcome back Hines Ward under the arches. First time back since he graduated. There's the hug between Hines Ward and Kirby Smart. They were teammates. And he's better than you and me.
Yes, for sure. He was a running back in '94. His teammate Terrell Davis, 2 Super Bowl MVPs in the same backfield that year for Georgia.
Good block at the line of
Oh,
scrimmage.
great running there by Sony Michel. Michel and Chubb both asked for a meeting with offensive coordinator Jim Chaney. They said, come on, we're good football players. We got to get the ball more than we're getting it. And Jim Chaney, Kirby Smart agreed, and there's been more of a commitment to getting Chubb and Michel more touches.
2nd down and 1.
Clock keeps ticking.
Does it ever. 6:35 to go. Both teams full complement of timeouts. Christian Payne is the fullback here on 2nd and 1. And off, cut back, Chubb.
That was a great read by Chubb that time. Instead of following his fullback, Christian Payne, he felt the hole inside. He gave up on the fullback and went the other way. Watch us. He feels it, and cuts back at just the right time. Backside blockers doing a good job, but remember, they only needed a yard for a first down. Chubb showing why so many people believed he was one of the great players and running backs in college football.
Mims goes top of the screen. Eason back. Has time. Crossing route. Isaac Nada. And a first down at the 14-yard line.
Same play. Remember the play? Picking for the tight end. Go back to it. It worked before. Run it again. Pick from the slot. Cross it. There it is. Safe play. Trust your quarterback. He's accurate. Gets it to him. And Nada, the 2 true freshmen, move the chains for a first down. Kevin Steele has to come with the blitz now. He has to force a turnover. He can't play safe. He's got to force tackle for loss, big sack, or a turnover. Here's Kevin with the card in front of him.
Eason now 20 of 31 for 209. And they'll use the toss again. He's got some help. Chubb inside the 10. And the clock now shows 3:50 to go.
And you know what's amazing for this Auburn defense? They're used to their offense tiring out the other team's defense. The Auburn defense is fatiguing now. The plays in the second half of this game have mounted up, and their offense has not had anything but a 3 and out. The defense is getting tired, and they're getting tired while Georgia huddles every time.
Yeah.
When you move the ball, you can make a defense tired.
It's Sony Michel in the backfield now. They toss it to him. He comes right. Outside and out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
I wonder if he's considering going for it on 4th down with the obvious position that he would call a timeout, maybe with 1 second to go.
3rd and goal.
I would throw it. I would have thrown it on 2nd down, to tell you the truth. I don't think they could have run it in from the 2nd down play. Let's see what he's got here. They're going to trick play. They're going to stack it directly.
There they are. The reverse, the pass. Got a man in the end zone. Knocked away.
He had a great defensive play. It was their 2-point play they used. It was going to go back to Jacob Eason. I think Deshaun Davis is the guy that knocked it away. Watch Eason. It's going to be a reverse pass. It's their 2-point play. But Davis, number 57, is it? I think it is. It could have been either him or 31, Javaris Davis. Inches away from a touchdown.
So Rodrigo Blankenship comes on. This is from 21 yards out. And snap. And the kick does go through.
Well, we know what Kirby was talking to the linesman about. He wanted to warn the linesman that they had somewhat of a trick play there.
Good job by Jacob Eason of getting the ball down, and the kick is good. And Georgia leads by 6. 15 plays, 65 yards. It took 6 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. And look at these second half possessions for Auburn.
I will say this, the next one will have a 4 because they got to go for it on every time. They're not going to have another 3 unless they turn it over.
Kerryon Johnson, number 21. He's now carried 22 times for 99 yards, and Nick Chubb for Georgia, 22 carries for 98 yards. Leading ball carriers.
Well, Auburn has been in a lot of tight games.
Yeah. Always going to bring it out. But not very far. Tyreek McGee was one of those there. Number 26.
Yeah, I don't mind to tell you the truth. I think at this time of the game, you're looking for big plays. I mean, he's 2 yards into the end zone, go for it. You might break it all the way. With an offense that's gone 6 3 and outs, I try to score any way that I can. 18 plays, 24 yards, and now here you go.
White stays in at quarterback, 4 for 16 for a total of 19 yards. Goes right, out of the backfield. Kerryon Johnson. Again, what's at stake? Gus Malzahn's team needs a win here and a win at Alabama in 2 weeks. Or Alabama wins the West with a Georgia victory tonight. 3rd down, 3. 4-man rush. Go right? No. Did he catch it?
Nope. No. As I said, if the drive ends, it's going to be 4 plays because they can't punt it again. Inaccurate throw. Was not a good throw. Would have had to been too good of a catch. And when he caught it, he was out of bounds.
4th and 3. White. Incomplete.
Ball game. One of the worst second halves I've seen in a long time for a team playing for a championship.
Gary, total yards in this half. 32.
Not one first down in the second half. This is a team that put over 500 yards rushing against Arkansas. Didn't have it tonight. Not even close. And remember, that defense gave up 2 field goals. A pick 6 would be the difference in the game. With 94 seconds and 1 timeout, 80 seconds is going to be dead in between plays. They got to kill about 12 seconds to get out of the game.
Chuck. 23rd carry.
Remember, 88 seconds to go, and Georgia can kill 80 of them in between plays during this clock. They're just going to take a knee. All Eason has to do is back up and kill a couple seconds. And he will.
There he goes. There's Cameron Petway, injured on what was going to be a touchdown run and cinched the victory over Vanderbilt last week. And he pulled up on the 20-yard line, unable to go today.
Now, Kirby could use another timeout to settle his team down, not to make a mistake. You could do it, or even take a delay of game. It doesn't make any difference.
9 on the play clock.
Let it go all the way down.
Carl Lawson had a shot at Eason and took it.
Yeah, you can't blame him.
No.
Jacob Eason was trying to delay and buy a few more seconds, and Lawson tried to pop the ball loose. Very clean play. He did not take a knee. He was trying to buy time. Georgia defense, yep. Kirby Smart, Mel Tucker, you got to give them all the credit in the world. That young defensive line, they're deep, but they hung in there, and the physical play of the Auburn offensive line was not enough.
They did put 1 second back on the clock, so 3 seconds to go. It's over. Georgia. 13-7. And let's go down to Allie the Force with Kirby Smart and Mo Smith.
We also have Nick Chubb down here as well, the heroes of this game. Coach, we'll start with you. You take pride in defense more than anything. It was this guy to your right that had the big pick 6 to start this half, and you ended the half with one of the biggest stops of the year. How proud are you of the way that your defense played?
I'm super proud. It's not my defense. Coach Tucker does an unbelievable job with that defense. Those kids play so hard for him, and he does a phenomenal job. These 2 guys right here led all week and helped this, and this is a special win for the University of Georgia.
What does a win like this at home do for the morale, the confidence in this football team?
I think it's huge. You know, we've been on the brink all year, playing well. We just played better as a team today and played a little better on special teams.
Congratulations, Coach. You got it. Maurice, you transferred here from Alabama. You said you had no regrets. You wanted to make a difference. What kind of a difference did you make tonight with this win?
I think I just brought leadership to the table. You know, I just tried to do my best for the team, and I think, you know, we got to continue to strive off of this. We did a great job, all aspects of the game, and, you know, we're loving it right now.
This guy next to you has been waiting a long time for this moment, a game like this, ever since you recovered from injury. You even had a team meeting with the coaches, with Sony Michel, to say, we want to be more involved in this offense. It finally worked. What's it like to see it all come together for you?
It's amazing. It was truly blessing for us to come out here and get this win. It was a full team effort. We all did our part. This guy, only point, scored a touchdown for us. No, we're just blessed.
After all you've been through, what does a win like this do for you mentally, emotionally? What are you feeling right in this moment?
It picks us back up. Been a long season, ups and downs, but getting this win, you know, everyone's spirits are high.
Congratulations, and enjoy the moment, you too. Vern?
Well, there's going to be joy in Athens tonight. They're now 6-4 for the season. Hug is happy, although he's not showing it right now. NCIS Los Angeles, NCIS New Orleans. I thought before I retired we'd get NCIS Steamboat Austin. I guess it's not going to happen.
Might be you.
For Gary Danielson and Allie LaForce, Vern Lundquist. So long from Athens. Final score, Georgia 13-7. Chief postgame show is up next.